Coming to this place will forever be one of my greatest personal life achievements. Our journey together starts in Serbia, snaking along the mighty river Danube, about 40 kilometres north of the Romanian border crossing. Along this road I encountered beautifully preserved fortresses, smooth roads and staggering views, but it had nothing on what was to come. Welcome, my name's Fraser, you're watching Rebound Moto, and this is a feature mini-film from Serbia to Romania inside my 13,500 plus kilometre solo travel series across 22 countries throughout Europe on board my KTM 1290 Super Adventure S. The Transalpina and the Transfiguration Pass, made famous by Top Gear and labelled as the best road in the world a number of years ago, lived up to its reputation and made up some of the most picturesque, rugged and stunning landscapes on the face of this earth. The altitude of these mountains, and in turn the consistent weather and temperature fluctuations, along with changing and sometimes unforgiving road surfaces, with unstable cliffs leering over these roads, made it not only a scenic and breathtaking ride, but one of the most challenging parts of my journey thus far. So sit back and enjoy as we carve through some of the best and most dramatic roads Eastern Europe and indeed the world has to offer. The view over the river Danube on the Serbian side. So the road just snakes all down there, all along the riverbank for like 40 something kilometers, and then you just cross the border as you go over the river, and then all of that on the other side is Romania. Just stunning. It's a good day. So this is the border from Serbia to Romania. So there have been countries in the past that I've been happy to leave, but Serbia definitely was not one of them. Arriving through border control, as excited as I was to enter Romania, I definitely felt like there was so much more to experience here and I was leaving way too soon. A beautiful and majorly underestimated part of the world that is surely a must-visit destination for anyone that's coming to Europe. And just have one more crossing back into Romania now. After the usual anxieties of border crossings were done, it was immediately apparent to me that I had landed in another country. I'm not sure if it was the placebo effect of crossing borders into unknown land, or it was actually different, but there was immediately a sense of now being in the thick of it in Eastern Europe. As a storm loomed ahead, my mind was set on all of the uncharted roads and a newfound sense of excitement that I was getting closer to the mountain ranges and these bucket list roads that I had thought about for so long. So I'm currently staring down the face of a pretty badass storm. It's on the map there. This has also actually got me genuinely curious as to the weatherproofing of my bags, because it'll be the first time that I test it. Since England, I haven't had it without rain, so we shall see what the result of a good dose of H2O on my gear does. Hopefully it's got no leaks. Thanks to the radar system of the Garmin Zumo XT, after about an hour of dancing around the back roads and taking detours to avoid the angry looking clouds, the skies parted, Mother Nature had flipped the score once more and I was back in the humid 40-degree temperatures of Western Romania. Getting into the late afternoon now, I managed to find the base of the Carpathian Mountains and the entry point to the Transalpina. After a quick photo op, it was time to finally see for myself what this place was famous for. And here we go, hitting the bottom of the mountain range. From the other side of the world, an Aussie in the Transalpina in Romania. Let's go.
God. I've seen some views in my life, but this is up there. Really good time of day for this. Nice and cool in the jacket. The boys, little big girl there. I can 100% see why this is world class. You wait until you see this. I seriously hope on the peak of this mountain we've got that view down the valley. Not much is going to top this if I've got a clean shot at that view. Definitely start to feel the cool setting in a little bit with the higher altitude. Have a look at that. I'm so glad, so glad I found out about Romania and these roads. God decided to get the art book out when he created this place.
I'm going to show you a view that is unparalleled to anything that I reckon I've ever seen. That is what I've been staring at for the last 20 minutes.
Just stunning. Have a look at this. I cannot get enough of this place. We're heading up to the summit. Have a go at that. It's getting pretty windy, so I apologise for the wind noise if you're getting any. There's not much I can do about it. I reckon it's about 30 to 40 knots up here at the moment.
Snaking my way up through the abandoned serpentine as the sun set over the mountains, I was in sheer awe of the beauty that I was bearing witness to. I wasn't saying much. My head was clear of noise and distractions, but it's times like this you really feel yourself finding a state of mental catharsis. Moments like this are rare, well at least they are for me. Motorcycles offer so much more than just a way of commuting. They are a therapy. Anyone that rides will tell you the same. When you find yourself combining some of the best roads on the planet with the peace that comes from laying the bike into corners, clipping apexes and twisting on that throttle, there truly is no better feeling. This is freedom, and this is why I ride.
This is beyond any comprehension levels that I had. It trumps every single aspect of it. Not a soul. Half an hour out of our accommodation. Well, I don't know who's staying with me, my accommodation. Ice. It went from 40 degrees to ice. Better start watching these road surfaces too. This is getting pretty close to the peak here. Got no idea what's on the, oh my. Oh.
As I ascended into the clouds, my body was flooding with euphoria. Crossing this mountain pass and the realisation that I had finally made my dreams a reality hit me like a punch in the face in this moment. With my heightened senses and a buzz I couldn't shake, I pressed on, knowing that time was of the essence, with my focus now on beating the darkness through the clouds and into the clear. But as you'll see, I wasn't quite fast enough.
Okay. Slow it down. Wow. This must be what the pearly gates look like, right? I say that as a joke, but I better be careful, because if there's a cow on the road here, there's a good chance that I will meet God. I don't know how much you can see, but I can see the call. And I'm assuming the temperature of this road is substantially cool, which means my tyres are probably equally as cool. But I got to hand it to them. They do well in the dry, and they're doing pretty well in the wet here too. Even though I'm not feeding it, there's a positivity to them that I really, really like. Confidence inspiring, which I guess is exactly what you want from a tyre in these sort of conditions. There'd be nothing worse than skating around on crap rubber, just feeling like every move that you make on the bike is going to send you into oblivion, because there's not a lot of room for error apart from that tiny little bit of armco there. And if you hit that with any sort of speed, you're going over it. Guys, this is some of the craziest fog I've ever ridden in. I can't even see the road. Just sorting out the middle line right now. The center line. People just jumped out in front of me, and literally they were 2 meters off my nose and I couldn't see them. It makes you think though that they probably could have seen the lights. This is grueling. I'm glad I didn't leave it any later, because if it was pitch black with this visibility, I might have been in some trouble. I'll tell you what though, one thing's for sure, leaving Belgrade this morning, and this is not what I thought I'd be experiencing. Just another one of those places where you can look at all the photos you want, but until you're here, nothing's going to really give you that idea on what this place is like. The wind is strong. It's not blowing the bike around too much, luckily, but this fog definitely isn't giving way. And on an unfamiliar road like this, even though the surface is good, I've got no idea what to expect. So it could be a pretty slow climb or descent. I think I've made it to the peak, to my unit, even though it is only 15 minutes away. I'm not going any quicker than this. There were so many corners and twisties that led up to this, and all it'd take is one tiny little misjudgment and it's an extremely long fall down any one of these embankments. I don't know whether you can see that or notice, but the Armco's completely gone now. So it's leaving it no room for error. The clouds have parted and it's left me with this. I'm going to see if I can just nip off that side of the road there like that. What an amazing, amazing place. I've never seen anything like this. Everyone's saying that the transfer garrison is better. I don't know how. It's legitimately got me stumped as to how anything's better than this. But as I keep finding out, there's always somewhere better. Transalpina tourist trophy. That's got a ring to it. What a time for it too, at night, right on dusk. What the hell? What? That's not even real. That's not real. Have I died like 200 meters up the road? That doesn't even look real. Oh. I'm never going to make it to my accommodation, let's face it. Might as well just pull the shack up here and call it a day. Oh, clammy.
With the fog clearing, but the darkness now setting in, a trickle of light cracked through the clouds, and a momentary clarity returned, with the mountain vistas revealing themselves back up for the final time, exposing the descent of the Transalpina.
That's better. All right, I'll speak to you back there.
Turning my camera off, I decided to concentrate on getting to my accommodation for the night in one piece. Arriving in Obușia Lotruli, a halfway point of the Carpathian mountain range, after an almost 10-hour ride in from Serbia, I was happy to finally rest the bones.
Hello. I'm so sorry it's late.
But I was still filled with adrenaline about the experience I just had and what was to come over the following days.
I got stuck with the fog coming over the hill. Ah, yes. There you go. It's a quirky little place, isn't it? I like it. Let's go and have a look while I got the video running.
So guys, I've made it to my accommodation for the night. I've got to be pretty quiet because it's 10:30. But there's not really too much to it, but yeah, I'll see you in the morning. Get ready, you're not going to want to miss it. This place is incredible. Right. Hooroo. With a late start, not waking up until 10 a.m. the next day, I rolled out of my room to find I was the only person left in the car park. The timber cabin dorm accommodation sat beside a freshwater stream, and waking up to the sounds of nature was just sublime in contrast to the big smoke of Belgrade. Noticing the intense heat starting to form again, even by mid-morning, I decided not to push myself. I picked a campsite north along the Transalpina, only an hour away from my previous night's accommodation. As I started the wind out of the village, the road quickly turned to dirt, which made me think it could make for an interesting day. But it was short-lived, and soon I was back on the beautiful tarmac, weaving through pine plantations set up through the surrounding mountains. I was excited to get my camping setup out, as it would be the first chance I had to actually utilise my setup since leaving. Because of the population of brown bears throughout the Carpathian Mountains though, I opted for a more traditional campsite over wild camping. The main aim was just to stop over and give me a closer access point to the Transfer Garrison Pass the following day. But being late morning, food was on the brain. Noticing a small local restaurant, I had to stop off for a quick traditional breakfast, including an assortment of cold meats on a platter. I arrived at my camp, set up, and just enjoyed a lazy afternoon by the local creek.
Hello. How are you?
Hello, welcome.
Thank you. I haven't booked anything for tonight. Is that okay? Have you got any availabilities?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. I'm Fraser.
Hello, I'm Alex.
Nice to meet you, Alex.
Thanks for watching part 1 of my mini movie series, guys. If you like this sort of content, don't forget to like, subscribe, drop a comment and share this video. There's a lot more awesome stuff coming your way. I'll see you in part 2, the Transfer Garrison Pass.